Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. And expectations are rising and decibel levels are rising. The noise is quite something. You can feel what football means to the people in this part of the world.
I think the wide players will be very important here, Peter. A lot is going to be asked of them.
Yeah, they've got a fair bit of work to get through.
Yeah, because they're going to have to cover the flanks on their own. They need to push up and establish some menace, some control, press from the front and act like auxiliary wingers, if you will, while also doing a fair bit of defending. And what's more, they're often expected to be the main supply routes in the side.
And we're underway. He's had a shot! That was superb goalkeeping.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Sambil kita menyaksikan pertandingan siaran langsung antara Inter versus Lecce versus menjamu Inter.
Doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Gently done.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Barella.
Barella.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Oh, the ball's gone astray. That's a throw. Oh, can he get onto this? And he's been shifted off it. Little pass back. Oh, good-looking ball. No luck with that dink over the top. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Ah, he made it look a bit predictable.
Gagal tadi umpan yang cukup baik, guys.
Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Pinches it off him. Oh, great chance! That's a decent clearance. That's great defensive work. It doesn't take too much imagination to guess what would have happened otherwise.
It's admirable, but ultimately he didn't know when to look for support.
Stefan de Vrij.
Well, that looks a decent ball.
Barella.
Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing.
Keunggulan sementara dari ref untuk Inter.
Inter Milan yet to have an attempt on goal. Can he latch on to this? Çalhanoğlu, Stefan de Vrij. To Barella. Dumfries. Thuram. Thuram! Oh, he's been caught napping. Final ball not quite right, and his teammates are irritated at that. Good defending, albeit from an unexpected
David
source.
Fratesi.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
Main yang kadang-kadang akan meninggalkan Inter ke AS Roma.
So,
Mencetak
what can they
gol
make of
dia
this?
kali ini, guys.
And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
It's a good ball out wide. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. DiMarco. Martinez. Martinez showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Passing is crisp and sharp. DiMarco. And here's Lautaro Martinez. Pass is coming off in quick succession here.
Oh,
And he's looking at the referee, but the referee is shaking his head. Dumfries. Well, I'm not sure how the stats look in terms of expected goals, but nothing actual has materialised so far. And it's Çalhanoğlu. Inter Milan looking to pass. And Martinez!
Well, the keeper seemed to go into study mode then,
offset,
and he's
guys.
read it
Ternyata
beautifully.
offset, guys.
This is the time you need that pace.
Played out to the right. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. And that is a little undercooked. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. Well, perhaps not full of thrills and spills, but a game which has been of a very high level, certainly defensively, as both teams walk off unscathed. A tight affair, 0-0 at the break. Well, after 45 minutes, it is still goalless. A change perhaps after half-time.
Apa dengan kualitas streaming kita, guys? Salahnya di mana, guys? Salah di jaringan kah?
So off we go once more.
Well, I can imagine both managers have been in the ears of the players. They want more. Let's hope the game comes to life sooner rather than later.
And here's Lautaro Martinez. It's run loose. Who's going to get there?
Sound aman kah, guys? Cek suara. Suara cek.
Çalhanoğlu does well to
Kita
get it back.
sudah menggunakan dua mikrofon, guys. Relax dan Phantom Power.
Spread neatly. That has been cut short. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Yeah, the idea was right. The delivery wasn't. They can revisit that further on.
And that's an errant pass. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Dum
It's a
dum.
mighty effort! No, not the best of headers. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Chip through. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Attenzione, una sostituzione.
Can he finish? It's in! Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Well, this could be a bit of a nightmare scenario for the defence, as you're going to be facing a very willing runner now, especially one that likes to make those runs beyond the defensive line.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, when the going gets tough, etc., they can still turn this round, I think.
That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. And that's really well manoeuvred. Back when it goes.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. And reclaimed it in a trice.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Barella. Worth a try, but not this time.
Well, I think his mind was made up the way that ball arrived, and I certainly admire his willingness to hit the volley.
Cambio di giocatori.
That's what has to be done now, no question about it.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Dumfries, incoming cross, cleared away. Looking for the runner, Taremi. Cross goes in there. That has been knocked clear. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Bastoni. And it's Arnautovic. Çalhanoğlu. And here's Taremi.
Inter really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
He's looking to set for... Can he put it away? He
Yes, guys.
scored! Inter are
Nicolo
back in
Barella
business.
berhasil memecah kebuntuan kali ini.
Inter clearly executed that with considerable confidence. It only took seconds to score once the ball was recovered.
Gol per l'Inter. Ha segnato al 79esimo minuto. Numero 23.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. So, time for a potential game changer.
Yeah, I think it's time for some brave decision-making.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, extra time looms now, but that leveller creates great impetus, and they've got to fancy their chances of clinching victory from what looked like the jaws of defeat.
Decent hit! He scores! Into the lead once more. Simplicity itself.
Peter, that was just a defensive act of generosity that was always going to have a painful ending.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Udah guys.
Couple of changes then in quick succession.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Yeah, it's been their hard work that has got him this lead, but I just wonder whether they can keep it up. This may take a toll now.
Zielinski. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it. This is a Hollywood or bust corner. The final whistle is up.
Header! No, he didn't quite meet it right. And that's been won straight back. Keep the ball and to win the game. It really is that simple.
I think it's time for them to concentrate on closing this one out.
Ci saranno 5 minuti di recupero.
That's a shade optimistic. Zielinski threads one in. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Oh, it seems as though someone has been forced to pull